Vellum feels it. He feels it deep inside himself. That release of power yesterday, it was not a coincidence. He ended up in a different room, sitting on top of this radio tower in horrible pain, nearly broken, nearly dead. He feels he touched something, and it had consequences. He is changing. Welcome back to Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, the journey of Vellum. We are alive. It is 2 a.m. Our torso is torn to shreds. We have a paltry amount of food at our disposal. And heading back into town at this point seems like a just terrible idea. A dinosaur exhibit. Okay, screw that. If we get even into a single fight at this point, it's very likely we would lose and die. But at the same time, we need food. Also, this tower is very windy and cold. There's a good chance... Oh, there's a house here. Connected to... There's like a little shack here connected to the tower. Oh, this is actually really valuable for us right now. Is there anything good here that we care about? I don't see anything. But the important thing about this is that we can kind of just bed down here, at least for until the next night time. And we're going to be hungry. There's nothing about that we're going to be able to stop. That we are definitely going to be hungry. But what we can do is we can grab all the clothing from in here. Kind of just put all the clothing on a pile. And then we'll haul all of the clothing into this corner so that we're not near the window. And I don't think we're tired yet because we're really far off from where we would normally be sleeping. But we can probably like listen to an MP3 player and maybe just practice some powers. We're actually going to meditate very quickly. Vellum has decided that he's never going to fail another phase again. So until we're tired, we are going to be contemplating and meditating on phase. Vellum just can't catch a break. As he's sitting here concentrating on this black crystal, tuning out the world around him and the recent mistakes of his previous night, he registers a buzzing in his senses. It's getting louder and his head starts to throb. Somewhere nearby, another tiny cataclysm has begun. What? We just spotted a person. They're so far away, but they can see us. How far away are they? Northwest. Out the window. There's no way. We're sitting down. They can see us through the window, and we can see them. A common human. It looks exactly like a human looks. You can see them. They can see you. You know they can... You know they know you can see them. They know you can see them. And they move towards you. Okay, well, this is a problem. We're going to go ahead and drop what we were doing. And, I just felt a intense sense of deja vu and, like, jittered backwards as we moved. And it just happened again. Just pulling us backwards. And an impossible shape just forms out of the darkness. We're like being trapped into place here. We're going to climb up the tower and see if we can get out of the way of these things. It contacted us again. The presence that we felt before. Vellum's afraid because so much has happened, but his previous nights, the only thing that they've shown him so far is that he needs more power. This dialogue feels familiar. Something like deja vu, for sure. He's going to say the same things as he did before, hoping for different results. What can you do for me? Limited. Outside, there's no limits. Yes, you've said this before. I don't think it realizes, though. Maybe time's different for it. What's halfway between us? Need power more than safety. Words that he said before and he remembers. He's back. Back in that place. We're going to check our wounds real quick. And we're going to pull out... In fact, we're going to summon a... Oh, we can't summon a Spear of Brambles. We don't have any sticks. We have mana, though. So let's see if we can make it through this place again, this maze, and get something out of this. It did say that it was a minor portal storm, so this might not last very long at all. We've noticed in the time that we've been in this Cataclysm That's the smaller the storm. We should have Magic Missile and it just deflects off of the Twisting Blade. I don't think that thing actually hurts us. So we're just going to ignore it. Step into one swirling vortex. And another. Vellum has learned from his time here that perhaps walking around is pointless. Patience is more powerful. We are going to stand still and wait for the portals to coalesce around us. We hear his voice ring out, say something new. I wish I could say it ends well, but we both know better. We do. We do know better. We've seen what this Cataclysm does to people. Vellum would have never imagined doing the things that he's done. Never imagined performing the acts he's performed. But he must survive. Must be willing to do whatever it takes to survive. We hear our own voice saying, did I really used to look like that? Is that all we used to be? So small, but solid? Suspicion enters our mind that we have left a piece of ourselves here at some point. We are no longer whole, but we knew we were changing already. This comes to no surprise to us. I did just realize that our MP3 player is still playing, so this entire time in this swirling apocalyptic vortex, we hear beautiful guitar solos. I never learn, do I? I remember this being you, hearing me telling me to stop this. I didn't listen then, so I guess we're doomed. I wish I could say it as well. We know better. We've heard that before. Even we are repeating ourselves now. But we do feel a sense of belonging here. This is where it began, our power. We're not afraid of this place. In fact, this place feels almost safer than the outside now. I do feel like the storm, though, it must be ending soon. We don't have much time to make more progress here. And we're hoping that our progress from last time, how deep we've managed to move into this storm, perhaps is being remembered. Perhaps there's value to this madness, to this insane task. We can hear ourselves screaming now. I'm you from the future. Please leave now while we still can and let me cease to have been. But Vellum does not go down easy. We know that what we've been seeing, these visions of our death, they're not visions. Vellum felt it. He felt his bones crunching, pieces of him breaking. He needs power. Power to survive? No. Power to thrive. Power to dominate the Cataclysm. Be a force to be reckoned with. He might be changing, but he can't be himself anymore. Even as he has his thoughts, he hears a voice saying, I wonder when it went wrong. At one point, was it too late? This isn't him. This is some other version, some failed version of Vellum. Something that he isn't and won't be. Just because it's the future doesn't mean it has to come true. He's seen that. There are different versions of himself. Versions that failed and versions that succeeded. He isn't going to be a failed version. Vellum's learning the patterns. He knows now that he only has a few seconds. He sees a hole open, and it's within a few steps. He can reach it. If it's not, we might as well wait. We're becoming efficient at traveling this place. Not wasting time or energy chasing portals and entrances we can't reach. This allows us to get deeper and deeper. And we know that the deeper we go, the more things will change, the more things will be different for us. At least, that's something we hope. If what we saw outside, mirrors of realities that had not come to be, this place feels safer than the Cataclysm, the Vellum. There's a knowledge that this place isn't as bad as the Apocalypse. This place offers us things. The Cataclysm only takes. Resignation has entered his mirror's voice. It would have been better to be a puppet of the enemy back home than come here. Vellum refuses to be filled with doubt, though. I understand why we did it. I even think we could be at a kind of peace with the result. Only I remembered what we were. Or would that hurt more? It does cause a moment of thought. Does Vellum remember what he was before the Cataclysm? No. He must have been weak. We know. I recognize this voice. It is my voice echoing back to me from somewhere else. Stray thoughts say this might be the future, or the past, or another life altogether. The answer to that question doesn't matter right now. What is in front of us is a maze that feels endless. In this place, alone, we could easily lose hope. We could sit down amongst the shifting walls and embrace the cold loneliness this moment outside time brings us. However, ever since the Cataclysm began, we have been racing. Racing to survive, racing towards shelter, racing away from danger, pursued by an ever-present threat and pursuing an ever-moving goalpost. Here in the in-between, we know the race exists, but it is distant. We push onwards and onwards towards the next portal, but the feeling of rush has faded in the hours we've been here. We walk forward because we know we must, but the fear and adrenaline are behind us. We have time to think. What are my goals? If you asked me hours ago, I would say survival. Survival is a big goal, and it has many pieces and parts that can be broken down. Food, water, shelter, safety. Safety is broken down into offense, defense, and knowledge. Every goal has 1,000 little steps, and we never needed to look any farther than the next step. Never had to think about what happens in the future. If we are just surviving, are we really living? Are we even alive? Has the Cataclysm already claimed us? Is there any point to this? Why fight? Why struggle? I think because there is no point. That's why we struggle. That's why we must survive. There is nothing waiting for us at the end. No giant shining goalpost that's once we finally lay hands on it, someone will tell us that we're done. No, today is the prize. Today is the goal. Every day we wake up again and gets to fight, gets to breathe, get to live is the point. I knew this once. It's definitely occurred to me before. People have said it and we've heard it, but today we feel it. So let's ask again. What are my goals? I want to stop surviving. It'll be hard at first, and we have made habits, but I want to live. I want to be strong, and I want to feel secure in this world. I will do anything to achieve that. Any threat before me must be studied, known, and overcome. This cataclysm will not destroy us. This cataclysm will not hold us back. We will not go down easy. We will live. We don't remember when it happened, but we stopped sensing the storm outside. The storm ended, but we're still here. Perhaps it's time to leave. There's not much else to be gained here. Another unstable rift. Anything else? No. We'll leave it there for now. We're tired. It's time to rest. We have no food. Well, we have this jam that we've been snacking on, but that's not really food. So I think it's time to head back in. We'll head into town, and we'll see about raiding one of these local houses. Is there a dead tree nearby we can pull leaves from? There's one. Go ahead and get rid of all of the twigs here, and we'll wield a stick. We'll go ahead and summon our spirit brambles. Looting another house feels mundane after the last few days. Feels like it's become a job, searching for food. The fear that we once had going through these buildings. We know there's danger. It just doesn't feel the same. Some mutant cockroaches, and what the hell is that? Oh, it's a, There's a recording studio in this guy's basement. Well, we'll take all his copper wire. Pretty useful. And, man, if we had a better way of carrying it, it would actually be nice to take one of these instruments with us. I would be more partial to, like, a violin than a banjo or ukulele, but playing our own music instead of listening to an MP3 would be kind of nice. It'd be a nice break. Try a few times to open this lock with our lockpicks, but not really any luck there, and we're ending up just wasting time. We did just spot a pack of Uno cards. We've been playing with these sorcery cards for quite a while, so we'll go ahead and just trade them out. Oh, here we go. There's some food. Thank goodness. I wasn't worried, but more annoyed that we hadn't found any yet. We're closer now to the tower than we were even before, going from one house to the next. Come on, zombie. We stepped up to that window only for them to instantaneously bite at us. Wow, what the hell happened in here? So many dead zombies. That's a spellbook. Magical mishaps. Is this just a house? It is. Interesting. I really do feel like something's been happening in here, though. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Go ahead and drop our spear. Go ahead, pick it up. Back up, actually. Take both of these guys out very quickly. And we're immediately going to start smashing some of these words. They're acting weird, too. It's like the zombie could see me, but it couldn't reach me for some reason. I have no idea what happened here. This is strange. Very strange. We're gonna take this bottle of antibiotics, though. And look at that. It's like they're entranced with something. Learning from our recent experience, after Vellum failed one phase, we're just going to stop trying. Looks like there was a survivor zombie here. He had a pipe rifle and a steak knife. Go ahead and treat our wounds ahead of time. We're going to do a quick search through everything here, see if there's anything worth our time. No, not really. Not really. Seems like someone maybe had bedded up here as in the apocalypse and unfortunately didn't quite make it in the end. They turned their garage into a makeshift bunker of sorts. Even reinforced the windows pretty heavily. Honestly, not a bad job. Makes me wonder what's inside. So, let's find out. There we go. Apparently we were attempting to teleport into a wall. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment. Something hurt? What happened? Nothing's changed. Are we still changing? Yes, we are. That was strange. We're gonna meditate real quick because we felt a tingle as we feel like our powers, we like lost track of them for a second. Definitely a survival home. A whole bunch of spiked boards. A lot of spiked boards, actually. These would actually be pretty useful to take with us. They're not the easiest thing in the world to make. Does that guy see us? No, not really. Oh, a toolbox. Nothing new in there. And a shotgun trap. We should be careful. Another shotgun trap. This... If we're not careful, this place could actually pretty fatal for us. Oh, and that's just a shocker zombie. We're gonna go ahead and pick up one of these traps and redeploy it in the front of the stairs there. And can we cast Spirit Brambles, please? Of course not. I'll take a moment to play with our deck of cards. Get some of our focus back. That shotgun trap makes me nervous. One blast from that, it really could kill us. Just straight up kill us. I don't think we're going to be able to cast our Spirit Brambles again here. Just having too much trouble focusing right now. Too much trouble concentrating. Pain probably doesn't help. See if we can take some aspirin for that. As a survivor house, there could be potentially a lot of value here. So I really would like... to deal with this place if possible. As we step over, something slammed into us, but also we slammed into it. Killed the zapper zombie. Wasn't actually that bad. Is that all that's down here? Chemistry Essentials for Dummies. Sounds like a science book. We definitely need some more science books right now. more water here, but that's not really an issue of ours most of the time. Nothing else down here. I have these spiked board traps and a very secure room, to be honest. With how secure this area is, we might spend the night here. One zombie left in this area. Kind of just sneak past that trap. Oh, it's a bear trap. I wonder if that's what was causing the other one to get stuck as well. Southeast, you hear an explosion. I'm thinking that there's a good chance what just happened is that that zombie just walked into that shotgun trap. Put down our spear, shoot out a magic missile. Just go ahead and magic missile it down, to be honest. Paramilitary zombie sounds really, really dangerous. Don't know what that thing would have been capable of. There's a part of us that really wants to disarm this trap here. But there's a much larger part of us that's terrified that if we tried and disarm this trap and fail, we're going to literally get blasted in the face by a shotgun. So, with low mana and only a few hours left on the night, what we're probably going to do is going to bed down here and study. But the benefit here is that we have stabilized again. We are in a good place. It's been a weird day, but we're okay. Vellum is probably going to spend the rest of the night and at least most of the morning studying, reading, and sleeping, getting fully recovered. And then tomorrow, hopefully, we'll finally be able to attack this wizard tower. With that, we're going to leave you there. This has been Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, the journey of Vellum, and I have been Areima. I hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. If you guys are, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It keeps me going and keeps me dreaming new dreams at night. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show, and goodbye.